Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Commerce Chats. My name is Krish, and I am your host today. For those of you that are returning viewers, welcome back. And for those that are new, welcome to Commerce Chats. I'd like to start with a little introduction about EICOM Institute and what we're doing at the moment before I introduce our guest. EICOM Institute is a educational institute based and focused on the best practices in digital transformation and how we can accelerate those best practices across the globe. ACOM Institute has a wealth of different educational initiatives that we focus on, from certifications to executive programs to online courses to white papers that we publish. If you haven't seen any of these things, please go to acom.org and have a look around our website. And if you're interested in anything, you can always reach out to me via LinkedIn or via the chat box below as well. As a truly global institute with alumni across the world, we think that this topic today is going to be very interesting to you in terms of enriching your knowledge about this very relevant topic. It's really a special event as we get to speak to industry leaders and people at the top of their game in such a diverse and complex landscape of digital commerce. And we really believe by listening to podcasts like this, by engaging in education, you can really accelerate your own future, your own career, your own future, and your own educational, your knowledge. Our goal is to make you a thought leader and get you a seat at the table for where the conversations really matter. So let's get right into it. I'd love to present our guest today. Our guest is Macarena Briones from Ecomsur by Infocommerce. Macarena, are you there?
Hi, Krish. Thank you for having me here today. I hope you have a great chat about e-commerce best practices and that can be helpful for the audience.
Okay, awesome, perfect. Thank you for joining us today. And I think the topic that you're going to talk about, I'll give everyone a little spoiler. We're going to be talking about the best practices for an e-commerce website. So this is super crucial. This is kind of e-commerce 101, back to possibly some of the basics, maybe the things that we overlook as well. But before we get into your presentation, before we get into deep diving into your content, I'd love to know a little bit more about you first, professionally. What does your working background look like up until now to where you are?
Okay. My name is Macarena. I'm from Chile. My career in the e-commerce industry started as an analyst. During 2 years, I was working in the day-by-day operation, and I was really involved with data. And in that journey, I discovered the importance that data plays in the business. So after that, I work as digital analytics manager, and I've gained a lot of knowledge in the field of digital analytics about data tracking tools, user experience, A/B testing, and user behavior, and the importance that those tools and those information plays in always be improving our website. So about me, I'm a little bit obsessed with detail. I'm
Nice.
really excited about generating valuable digital experiences. So I began to lead my CRO team in Ecomsur by Infracommerce, which focuses in 5 pillars, which are web performance optimization,
Mm.
user experience, web analytics, A/B testing, and digital growth. So we're like every day trying to figure it out how we can use data to create better experiences, generating hypotheses, but always with the user at the center. So that's a little about me. A few weeks
Awesome.
ago, I finished my DCE course from EICOM that helps me a lot to have an holistic vision of the digital commerce industry. That's a very good course to take from EICOM. So that's a
Awesome.
little about me.
Yeah, that's really nice to hear. And yeah, great you mentioned that the Digital Commerce Experts course, or the DCE, that's available on our website, acom.org, if you want to the audience to read up a little bit about it. And if you have any questions about it, reach out to us, please. We'd love to tell you more about it and what you can achieve, and hopefully be like Macarena, where you can gain some really good advantages from it. Macarena, I've got a question for you. So in Ecomsur, you are the head of CRO. People or clients come to you with problems when it comes to their websites. Is that right? Is that fair? Is that what happens?
Yeah, but we work with a lot of clients. Ecomsur focuses on full commerce. We are experts on omni-channel strategy, and here in the team, we have a CRO team to give better experiences with the websites that we operate. We work with a lot of brands like Pandora, Philips, the North Face, Vans, and so on. But Ecomsur focuses on this full commerce model. That so we accompany our clients from the creation of the website to the logistics and the delivery process to the final
Awesome.
customer.
Wow.
And that's it, our model of full commerce. And recently, we joined the InfraCommerce Latin family during April of this year. It's a very fresh new. So now we are part of a big company with more than 1,000 employees. We have presence in 8 Latin American countries as Mexico, Panama, Colombia, Peru, Chile, Argentina,
Wow.
and so on. So we are attending or serving more than 250 clients, and we are now one of the largest e-commerce services company in all of Latin America. So there are good news for our clients, and that's it. Ecomsur is a
Awesome.
very dynamic place to work. It's very interesting to work with a multidisciplinary team. You're always learning new things, and in the CRO team, you need to be doing that because you need to be very creative, but you need to data and tools to do your job. So
Sure.
it's a very nice place to work.
So yeah, I think that kind of goes into my second question before we kind of go into the presentation, which is in sort of, I guess, 60 seconds or so. Could you tell us what life is like at by Ecomsur by Infocommerce? Is it you're at the heart of digital transformation in many organizations, really? So what's day to day life like for you?
Okay, we're doing a lot of things. We're focuses on improve the conversion rate of our websites. So the pillars that I've mentioned
Hmm.
before are web performance optimization. We're every day checking the speed of the websites, the request, the size of the website, doing heuristics analysis and some proposals of redesign to check those flows that have some pain points and trying to discover opportunities of improvement to
Yeah.
check the whole vision of the CRO, but always with data. You need to have data to generate hypotheses and be always testing your things to validate if it's good or it's bad to take those changes in the website. So it's a lot of information. You need to improve always the things from every area of knowledge, but
Yeah.
there's a mix of knowledge that we will be working to get those metrics.
Yeah, it sounds like you have to know a lot about many different topics. I think you have to be able to troubleshoot quite quickly. You have to be able to problem solve. Um, let's get into it. So you've made an awesome presentation, which I think is going to give people a really good foundation for understanding. If they want to maybe do an audit on their website, or they want to just look at the best practices and make sure that they're doing the foundational things, foundational essentials that they need to do to make a successful website. Would you have a presentation you could share with us? That'd be awesome.
Yes, yes. I think I'm sharing my screen now.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
just loading. Awesome. Perfect. Oh, this is nice. A little QR code. Is that for the audience to scan so they can connect with you?
Yes, on LinkedIn. So
Nice.
let's scan it. Okay, so today we're going to talk about e-commerce best practices. I have a method, a very interesting method that we have created in Ecomsur. So I will talk to you a little bit about these best practices, a score that we have created, some examples, and the impact that this has in real customers, and some analysis tools and guides.
Okay, awesome.
So
And just before, sorry to interrupt you there, Macarena. Audience, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the question box. Tag us on social media. Let us know. We'll have Macarena come back to us in a few days' time to answer some of your questions. So anything sticks out to you, ask away. But Macarena, over to you, please.
okay, so what is best practices scored? Here in Ecomsur, we wondered how we could integrate all the knowledge that we have in every area of the company. So and transfer this in a kind of checklist to measure a website in terms of best practices and keep our website in continuous improvement. This is based on in different components in terms of functionality, user experience, commercial strategies. So we have created this method that is built by 6 components that we're seeing here, and I will give you a little some examples in every of these components to
Great.
understand a little bit better how I'm talking, what I'm talking. So in terms of commercial and operational strategies, here we have some strategies in terms of promotions, good practices to promote or increase sales. The first one is cross-selling. Here we're seeing an example. It's just the strategy to offer to their customers some additional products or complementary products to add to their carts
Hmm.
to improve the experience. It could be very good to have to offer a good user experience if you're offering relevant products. So it could be a good strategy to also increase the average order value. Another good one is having a gift card as a product. Gift cards are a good choice for gifts and can bring you new customers, new customers if you're receiving a gift from a store that you are never haven't been done a purchase. So it's important to have some customization options as different amounts or different customizations in terms of the graphic design or the content.
Hmm.
So it's a good element to you're selling money, so you can increase sales and revenue with this option. It's very interesting.
Yeah. Do you find that these things, just about cross-selling in particular, um, I think people sometimes don't use cross-selling in the way that it's most powerful when we talk about inventory and we talk about things that are staying in the warehouse for a little bit too long and you want to push them. I think this isn't also a great way that you're able to shift things. You're able to reduce your operational costs by suggesting things that um, aren't going so well. They're not selling so well, but you don't want to impact the brand. You don't want to reduce the reputation of that product, and this is a great place to put those products as well, right?
Yeah, and you can also put this product in different pages of your website. It could be in the cart or in the checkout process or in different carousels in the categories. So
Hmm.
it's a good practice to try and see how it works for your business.
Awesome.
Another good one, this is one of my favorites, is the progress bar. So if you're offering a benefit as a free shipping, a gift, or something like that, you need to communicate those to the customers in different parts of the website. Can you hear me well?
Yeah, we can hear you well. We might your
Okay.
video might not be so great, but we can hear you well. Please, yeah,
Okay.
continue.
Okay, so progress bar can help you a lot to increase this average order value and create a sense of accomplishment and progress for users when you're offering these benefits. So it's very good to optimize your conversion rate and showing the progress to get
Sure.
that benefit.
So what is that progress bar exactly doing in this example here? Is it giving them progress for the checkout process, or is it giving them something else?
It's giving a free shipping, so you need a certain amount on your card to get that free shipping. So you're showing the progress that you need to get in adding the more products to your cart.
That's awesome. I love that. I've not seen that before in such a way. It's really cool.
Yeah. Another good one is the delivery simulator in the product detail page. Customers, we know that customers can quickly and easily see need information for complete that purchase, but they need to understand if the product has a good shipping cost or is available in your location. So we need to offer that information earlier in the process.
Yeah.
So it's important to bring to offer this information to reduce the effort to customers to get into the checkout process or maybe to make the purchase to have this information, and this can helps a lot of in in reduce the checkout abandonment. So it's
Yeah.
very good.
And
Uh,
reducing obstacles for the consumer, right? Reducing these barriers is the key thing here. So making
yeah.
sure they've got no excuse to continue with the checkouts. Awesome.
Okay. Another component is e-commerce solutions. Here we have a lot of functionalities of the e-commerce that facilitate navigation and the user experience. So the first one is optimized search bar. It's important to have this element of the website with all the best practices that are into it. So you need to make suggestions or allows um, what else? If the users write a word wrong, you need to make a suggestion with the right search results. Or also, if you have an empty results page, you should make some suggestions
Hmm.
to not get into a empty page. So it's very important to optimize the search bar, and having all the best practices with some suggestion or autocomplete functionalities as Amazon how is showing here in the example.
Awesome.
Okay. What else? Here we have ratings and reviews. This is a very good one to give feedback of the products to our customers. It's very good, and it can build more trust and loyalty for your customers. It's very good when you're offering or selling clothing, and when your users can talk about the sites. It's if it fits well or something like that. So feedback can offer good information to the customers, and improve the decision making when you're doing a purchase. So it's a very good element to have in the product detail page or also in the deal cards on the PLP.
This is a social proofing, right? Giving the people trust, giving the customer, sorry, trust in the products that they're considering. It's a really
Yeah.
simple way to gain the trust. Okay, awesome.
Okay, another good one is the abandoned cart strategy. This is a very good one to have to recover lost sales and improve this customer retention. Is very good to offer a benefit if you can, or if it's possible for your business. Okay, I'm offering you a 5% discount if you're finished your purchase. So it's a very opportunity to improve your conversion rate, recover those sales, increase sales and revenue. Um, this is another of my favorites in this e-commerce solutions. It's a very good one. We know augmented reality functionalities are very new, but if you're selling home appliances or furniture, it's a very good one to have in the product detail page, to offer to offer to your customers a function that helps them to try this in their space. Okay, I'm buying a washing machine, and I want to know if it feels well on my space. Or maybe if I'm buying a sofa and I want to see how it looks in my living room, it could be good option to see and use this functionality. This can improve the user experience, reduce returns also, and make a difference from your competitors. So it's a very useful tool that you should try it if in your business applies. Okay, another component is customer experience. The customer experience consider everything related to the customer experience, whether in the pre-purchase, purchase, or post-purchase phase, to facilitate this communication. It's very important to have a chatbot open 24 hours, 7 days a week, providing a customer service and solving easy issues in real time. This is a good functionality to provide faster response times, personalized customer experience. So it's a good one, but also it's also important to have a chat with a real human. Real human can attend and provide more detailed and personalized support for customers. Can also reduce some frustration when you have an issue that the chatbot can solve. So it's very important. And one a very important customer experience component and best practice is to have also an order tracking page that offer all the available information about their order to the users with the different status. And these options can offer um, um, more trust to the users, to the customers, uh, providing transparency, peace of mind, can reduce anxiety and frustration with this information, and also can reduce the number of inquiries related
Yeah.
to the order status. So it's very relevant to have this, and with and it also should be easy to use. Okay, so you just need your email, or you just need your order number, or don't need to log in into their account to track your order. So it's a very good element.
Super powerful, reducing operational cost, right?
Yes, yes. So if you can try to improve your user experience with these elements, it could be very good for the other areas of your
Yeah.
business. Okay, in terms of user experience should be intuitive, secure, and enjoyable for users. So here I have the quick shop option. These options can offer to users a quick view of the products, and they can add these products from their cart without navigating to a separate page with more detail. It's
Mhm.
very good for groceries, or if you're buying like toilet paper, maybe you don't need more detail about the product or see the images or the description. So it's a very good one, and it's also mobile friendly. It's useful for smaller screens on slow internet speeds. So it's a very good element to facilitate this navigation in mobile devices. Another good one and very important in the user experience world, we have web accessibility. If you're considering accessibility in your business, you can improve the overall experience for all users. And when I talk about all users, is with including is with those with disabilities. So, for example, here I have in the image some options for increase or decrease the text size, or offering a dark mode. This could be make the usage of the website easier for all the users. So it's very good to have and including all the users that can navigate into your website.
So it's a part, this is really interesting. This is a part where we don't talk about often, right? When you talk about accessibility and the people that aren't able to spend the money because they're not able to navigate the website, right? They're not able to change the contrast on the page. They're not able to zoom
Yeah.
in, like you said. Do you find that if you are you looking at the mobile efficiency and optimization when you're looking at this? Is this important?
Yeah, it's very important because you need to think in every users that can enter into your website. Some users maybe are using screen readers,
Yeah.
and they need to have some tools, or also the HTML code should be optimized to this kind of tools.
Hmm.
So it's a very interesting topic. Is that you have a huge information here. So here are some examples of, in terms of web accessibility, the colors are important, the level of contrast are important, but or also when you think like in your parents, maybe my mom don't
Yeah.
can't read a small size of text. So it's important to have those options, or thinking people who uses the dark mode and so on. Okay, another one is zooming images is important to offer a control elements to make the zoom in the images, allowing customers to interact with the product with the product more closely, trying to see the product with different angles. So it's important to offer different options to see those images, having a minimum quantity of images, also like 3 or 5 images of their product. So it's important to have this option of zoom with all the control for the user. Okay, in terms of findability, here we have some SEO components that considers all the websites findability in different search engines and good practices that have a positive impact on the positioning of the website. The first ones are the breadcrumbs. The breadcrumbs provide a clear path for customers to navigate into the website, allowing them to easily understand their current location. So if you're in the home, then you go into maybe women category, then to shirts, you will have a clear path of your navigation, and it will be easier to go into the previous page. So breadcrumbs are good also for SEO, to have a right hierarchy and a great
Mhm.
structure for your website. Um, Another very important, this is from the basics, but it's also important to SEO, is the having titles H1. Those are HTML elements that are used for define the main heading of a web page. They play a crucial role in SEO by providing structure, relevance, helping search engines understand and rank the content accurately. So those are very important. And they're also important, and also for web accessibility, is to have this ALT attribute in images. We know that search engines can read images, but they
Mhm.
need some information as a text to understand what is in the image. So providing this alternative as text for images is crucial for SEO and allows the search engines to understand what is the image content. So those are very important. Okay, and the final component is to having a mobile first approach and web performance optimization. We need to be always thinking on the web performance in terms of speed, responsiveness, assets, the size, etc. So something very important in mobile devices is to have legible banners. It's crucial to ensuring that customer can easily read and understand what is in the banner. You need to adapt the banners. It's not, you don't need to put the same banner that you have in desktop devices
Mhm.
in mobile devices, because users maybe cannot read the information. So it's very important. And also high finger size buttons. It's important for elements on mobile website to the size of a finger to facilitate touch interaction. It's very frustrating when you have a small button and you can't touch it well. So it's important to think about it, prevent some errors, and improves usability from different users. Everyone has
Right.
a hand of a different size,
Yeah.
so it's very important. Another one, and this is the last one, is having this lazy loading option. That this is a technique used in web development to load images and content only when they become visible to the user. So you can reduce the initial page load time and improve performance, prioritizing essential content. So this is very important to the feeling that you have when you enter to the website in a mobile device. So it's very important. Okay, that was my best practices. It's just a summary about this huge list of best practices that we have created in Ecomsur. But I want to talk about the impact on real customers to understand how these best practices, we must be able to define it through tools to allow us to have measurable results. So we have here I will talk about different tools as A/B testing, um, some feedback tools to collect from your customers and also from data. So here I have a use case about an A/B testing that we have done in our website in a mobile device. So what we've done here is that we add a navigation menu with icons just below the main banner to facilitate this navigation on mobile devices and the visualization of the main categories of the website.
Mhm.
This was part of this list of best practices for mobile devices. It's very common to see this in sites like eBay or
Yeah.
Shein or AliExpress. Is very common in applications. So we decided to try this on a website with an A/B testing, and the results was very good. We have 5% of more revenue in the variant. We also have a conversion rate 9% higher on the variant. We
Such
have
a simple change as well. It's simple for me to say now that I can see it, but that change has made some amazing results, right?
yeah,
Like
yeah, and
huge results.
we discovered that the 7.5% of the users of the transactions were generated by users that navigated through these icons.
Wow.
So that was very interesting. It's more visible for users, and you should try this if you want to improve your website on mobile devices. We know that those are the most important devices, but we need to focus it on the days. Okay, another good one, and it's very important that there is no just quantitative data, is to
Hmm.
collect data from their users with an NPS. A Net Promoter Score is a customer satisfaction metric that can help you to get feedback for customers. Here is an example, but you can ask different questions as how was your experience in your website? Could you find what you were looking for? So it's very important to collect this feedback and use this feedback and this data to your decision making process. So it's very important. And the last one, I'm going to talk about metrics. We have some news here. It's important to understand your data, and here I have the data for breakfast and some questions that we need to ask every day. It's a kind of analysis guide that we need to check every day to improve our website, to know our metrics, understand
Hmm.
how much traffic did I have yesterday, how much did I sell yesterday, what is my conversion rate, if it's healthy, did it go up, down, or did it stay the same? How was the participation of different sales channels distributed as marketplaces or the e-commerce website? Is the bounce rate within the healthy or average range? You should know your metrics to understand if you're doing well or wrong, or if you need to optimize something in your website.
How often are you asking? I can see it's data for breakfast, so maybe every day, but how often are you asking these big questions to your clients or to yourself? You're asking every day?
We need to check this every week, or you also need to check some things every day. So it depends on the metric, but if you're going or running for a goal of
Hmm.
sales, like every day, you need to be improving your website and take decisions every day to
Wow.
get that goal. So it's important to have this maybe in a report, in a Looker Studio, or also in Google Analytics. So it's very interesting. And the last one is some advices or some common reasons for checkout abandonment. Here I have a little a little can I say a torpedo. I don't know how to but if you want to understand what's happening in your checkout process, it's important to understand in which page of your flow it's happening bad things, or you have opportunities of improvement.
Hmm.
So if we check the checkout process, maybe we have some abandonments on the cart or in the shipping. So it's important to understand what those things are happening there. So here we have some common reasons in every part of the flow. If we see here in the product view, maybe the users has low interest in the product, or they are viewing some products for a future purchase. Maybe you don't have some the size that they need available, or the color that they need available,
Right.
or maybe your size guide is not clear, so you're losing sales for that problem. Maybe you don't need enough images if the client needs to see more images in detail for your product. That could be some reasons from the product view. But if we check the cart, maybe the users are adding products for future purchases, maybe in a Black Friday or in a Cyber Monday. Maybe users do that. Or previously they save products and they are no longer available. That could be happen. Maybe they have problems
Mm.
entering discount coupons. So that could be some reasons from the cart. If we see the shipping, maybe the high delivery cost can be a reason. So that's important to have this delivery cost or the delivery simulator in the product detail page earlier in the process, to don't have this abandonment on checkout or no delivery available so for some locations, or the user is not satisfied with the stipulated delivery times. So that are
Yeah.
some reasons from shipping. And in the payment, you don't have the payment method that you were expecting, or the payment was no processed or approved. So here are some common reasons that you can check if you're having some problems or some abandonment, or a
Mhm.
higher percent of abandonment that it's not normal. You can check this guide, and it could be helpful
I,
to try to figure it out what's happening.
I love this slide in particular because I feel like when we're talking to commerce clients and generally we're talking to customers, they're always trying to be a detective of some sort and try and figure out which part of the funnel am I having issues. And something like this, I think, is really powerful for our audience. These are the, like you said, the common reasons. These are the basics that you should be checking at these stages to make sure this is where the dropout is for the client. I've seen in the past few weeks issues with websites where you're not able to configure your postcode because you live in a certain region of a country, and that's dropping out this entire region. And it's
Yeah.
playing detective and figuring out this stuff forensically. I think it is kind of how they do it, right? So yeah, awesome. I love this one. Thank you.
Yeah, you should play detective to try to discover what's happening. So it's a very good one. I really use this with the team, with we all
Yeah.
my colleagues, because it's very helpful to understand what's happening, and maybe we can have more reasons. This is just the basic. I hope this could be helpful for
Hmm.
the audience. So this is my last slide. Some takeaways for the presentation. And one of my advices that I'm talking every day with my team. So we need to use A/B testing tools to validate hypotheses and improvements. If we want to make a change in a website or improvement, previously try to test this to validate with data if this is working well in your website. So it's very important to use different A/B testing tools. It's also important to simulate purchase flows on mobile devices in different systems or browsers. So it's important. And also in private mode to don't affect your metrics. So
Yeah.
it's very important. Ensure your data accuracy, if you're tracking your data well, if your that data tracking tools are right implemented.
Hmm.
So it's very important to take better decisions from your data. It's also important to collect feedback and listen to your users' needs. Qualitative feedback, as I said, in terms of NPS, or you can play a survey with tools like Hotjar or like
Yeah.
Iora or Typeform to ask some questions to your users. Or also you can use your email tools to send these surveys. Are very important to complement your data for your decision making process. And finally, always keep the user at the center. We are users, so we need to think also as a users and be very empathic with all the users. So that's it. That's my presentation. I hope it could be helpful for your business, for your day by day. The
Awesome.
CRO process is very interesting. You need to be seeing. To be always trying to figure it out what's happening, what can you can do for improve your website. So that's it.
Awesome. I've got some questions for you. First of all, thank you very much for that presentation. I think it's awesome. I think it was really amazing to see the different parts that you can improve, optimize, and introduce as well when we're talking about new technologies. You mentioned one thing about the NPS, about surveys. I've got a question for you. How often should we be asking our customers questions like that? When when is too much? Is there too much that we can be asking them, or can we be sending out too many surveys, or what's the optimum number? Is there one?
Mm, if you activate some tools on your website, you can be doing this like every day, but you can set some rules like, okay, you show this survey after 3 minutes on the website. So you can reduce the quantity of users
Hmm.
that see the surveys, and maybe you have more interest to respond to the survey. So there's no time. If you're sending this survey by an email. Maybe you don't need to send too much emails on the month, maybe just one, because it can be a little bit bad for users that don't want to see this and they just
Sure.
want promotions or discounts.
Yeah, awesome. I've got one last question before I let you go, Macarena, which is, everyone's talking about AI, everyone's talking about generative text and open AI. We talked about a chatbot, we talked about optimized search. Do you feel like in maybe now or in a few years, or is there a link between the two? Are you talking about it at the moment? Are you thinking about it, or do you think it's going to be something on the horizon soon?
I don't know. I think that technology is going very fast with this things like AI or augmented
Mm,
reality. So maybe the industry is offering different tools to try this outside your tools that you have maybe in your software as a service
yeah.
platform. So I think we have a long way to go until the technology maybe replaces some things. But we need to always be thinking about from the position as a user. If this is working well, maybe technology can help me to to try better decisions to improve my website.
This is awesome because I also feel the same way, and I feel that um, you don't have to always go to the cutting edge technology right away. It's not always the right time for it. You can focus on the foundations, and you've got to get these things right that you've been talking about. So, we can talk for a long time, but I think I'm gonna have to draw our commerce chats to a close. It's been amazing to talk to you. I love what you guys are doing at e-commerce by Ecomsur by Infocommerce. I think it's fascinating. I urge the audience to have a look, uh, connect with Macarena on LinkedIn, check out what they're doing. And thank you, Macarena, for joining us. I really appreciate it. And audience, until next time, I will see you again at our next Commerce Chats. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for
Thank
watching.
you, Chris.
Bye bye. See you later.
Bye.
Bye bye.